Alright guys, I wanted to show you Californication today by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Again, if you want the other videos that I'm going to have to make to finish the song out, you can go to www.mikesguitarlessons.com. You can also email me at feedback@mikesguitarlessons.com if you've got any questions or comments on the video or requests, things like that. Feel free to email me anytime. And let's actually go ahead and get started on the song now. The beginning of the song is what I'm going to concentrate on this video. I'm going to try to get in both parts. I mean both parts by, you've got the guitar part at the beginning, that's pretty simple, but you've also got the bass part. I don't have a bass right here with me, but we can actually play the bass part on the guitar. So if you've got a friend that can play along with you, or somebody who could even play it on a piano or another instrument, you can play these two parts together and it sounds pretty cool, because it's the combination of these two simple parts that make the song sound cool. You've got the first part that's played on the guitar that just goes like this, or sorry, it starts off with this part. Okay, and that repeats over and over again. Then you've got the bass part that goes like this. They repeat over and over again, and if you play the two parts together, they actually sound really cool. There's no way, as far as I can, there's not going to be any way you're going to be able to play both of these parts at the same time, like you can in some songs. But if you've got a friend, or you just want to play the bass part along with the song, you can do that. Remember, if you're playing bass guitar, these four bottom strings, I say bottom because they're the thickest, but they're really the highest on the guitar. This E string, this A string, the D string, and the G string are the same strings that are on the bass guitar. Obviously they're lower, but they're the same notes. So if you play this on those same frets, it'll sound the same. So you can transfer this to bass guitar if you happen to have one. Now let's get started with the first little part that you have in here. This is the guitar part. So you're going to start, go ahead and put your middle finger on the second fret of this D string right here. Okay, the D string is the fourth string from the bottom, playing this note. Okay, and you're going to use your middle finger there because you need your first finger free for another note back here. Okay, now that's actually not the first note that you play though. You're going to start off with an open on the A string. That string I'm moving right there, that's your first note. So the fifth string from the bottom, you're going to play open. Then play your D string that you've got held down here. Okay, so 1, 2. Then you're going to play the B string. Remember, the B string is the second string from the bottom, second skinniest string, and you're going to play it and then hammer in the first fret. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, now remember, if you're confused about what a hammer is, or a hammer-on, what you're doing here is you're plucking this B string open like that without any fingers pressed down, and without plucking the string a second time, we hammer our finger down hard enough to where the next note just comes out without us replucking it. So instead of sounding like this, it's going to sound like this. Okay? But you've got to come down hard enough for that note to come out. If you have problems getting that hammer on to come out, practice not strumming the guitar here, just leaving your guitar hand free, and just practice going up and down with your guitar, with your string, and try to make that note come out. Like that. It'll force you to get better at hammering, and when you actually do pluck the string, it'll really come out loud. Okay, so let's go through those three notes. So open on the A string, second on the D string, then open on the B, and hammer in the first fret. Okay? Then you let that ring for a second, then you switch to this. First finger, you're doing a power chord down here on the 5th and 6th strings. Your first finger is going to go on the E string, the thick one, in the first fret, playing that note. Your third finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the A string. Okay, so you need those two notes. Okay, now this can be tough for some people. So you can pick your fingers up if you have to, but it's best to leave these down. Then on the G string, the third one from the bottom, you're going to pluck it open and hammer in the second fret with your middle finger. So what I did right there is this right here. Okay? But it is best if you've got these notes still ringing. Okay? So you put them together. Okay? That gets you, going through it twice like that gets you through the whole bass part. Because the bass part plays it one way and the ending is one way on that bass part. Then he plays it a second time and changes it slightly. And that's a good amount to play and just kind of repeat through the song. So why don't we get to a little bit of that bass part, okay? It's going to sound like this. Oh, that was wrong. That's it. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. Okay, now that's actually on a bass guitar, but if you don't have one of those, you can just play this on a guitar like I'm doing. And it's a great one for a friend to play, like I said before. So here's what we're going to do. We're starting open on the A string. Remember, the A string is this 5th string from the bottom. Okay, and you're going to play that open. Actually play it open twice. Okay, so after you play it open twice, then you're going to use your third finger to play the 7th fret on the A string, the same one you just plucked, and play it twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And pay attention to that rhythm too. It does matter for the sound of the song. So the first one on each one of those is a little bit longer. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, the next part's going to sound like this. Okay, so we got to get used to those. Now instead of just a hammer, we've got a hammer and a pull off. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, and what you got to do on that part is after you play your 2 opens and your 2 7th frets, then I want you to put your first finger on the 5th fret of the A string. Okay, you're going to pluck that note and then use your third finger to hammer and the 7th fret on the A string. Okay, so that was a hammer, but then we immediately take our third finger back off so this note comes back out. So you never want to, during this part, you don't want to take your first finger pressure off. You just leave it down and go, okay, just like that. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? Then we've got to go down to the bottom of the neck. We've got a little more time, so let me try to jam this in there so you can get as much as you can from this video. The next part's going to sound like, okay, you're going to play 2 notes in the 1st fret of the E string. Okay? So after you play those 2 notes on the E string in the 1st fret, then you're going to play 2 notes open on the D string. That's the 4th string from the bottom. Okay, just play 2 of them, and then 3rd fret on the A string, or the 5th string from the bottom, 3rd fret. Just one note there. Okay, so let me play through this slowly so you can see it again. Okay, one more time, a little faster. Okay, messed up a little bit on there, but you get the idea. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to have to make another video for this one. And you can get that one at mikesguitarlessons.com. But it changes a little bit at the end, and there are obviously other parts of the song, so I'll work on those too. But hope you enjoy the video, and have fun watching it.